Hello everyone, welcome back to another Valentine's Day card tutorial. Today I have this super cute bear to share with you. I thought he would just make the perfect addition to a Valentine's Day card, and I really wanted an excuse to use my new stencils. So here we go. Today I am using a card base, some white cardstock, just the hearts from the new Fawn stencil, some scrap pink cardstock, and the Beart Sweet Valentine stamp set. I'm using that really cute bear who's sitting down and the word Beary. I'm also using the little words from the Valentine's Day How You Been add-on and the word You're from the Totally Awesome stamp set because it was the same font as Beary and about the same size too. So here I am just inking up my background. I'm using worn lipstick and picked raspberry. I'm going about halfway up with the worn lipstick and then I'm doing a little bit of a transition between the two, and then the top half is going to be picked raspberry. It's a really subtle change, but I really like the way that it looks. Just to add a bit more pink to this because it's not pink enough, I'm using some of my new watercolor pigments and sprinkling that all over. I just love how shiny and coloured these are. They just make backgrounds look so good. I have a thing for rounding the edges of my card fronts, so here I am doing that. And then because I was using this pink and it didn't quite match the other pinks, it just kind of wasn't in the same family, I decided to go over the edges with just the excess ink on my blending brush. And this just kind of made it not quite match the rest of it, but it just did something so that it didn't look too odd. Now here I am stamping out this adorable bear. He's just so cute. I love this guy so much. I honestly think this is one of Fawn's cutest stamp sets. I've used it a couple of times now. I think it's quickly becoming one of my favourites. I just think this guy is so cute. After stamping him out, I'm also going to use my picked raspberry to stamp out a solid heart from my little How You Been add-on set. Adorable. Now I'm just going to colour in this cute little bear. Today I'm just using some alcohol markers and a couple of Copics. There's really not a lot of colouring for this card. Now I did have the stencil that matches this heart with all the little words, but there's something that I love about stamping these. I'm really worried that I will smudge the words if I use the stencil. I think I'm going to have to practice it first because I'm worried about it bleeding, and I'm just really loving how crisp these little stamps are. So I decided to go with these, and I like the little sentiments on these too. Now because I don't have the matching dies for this set, I don't have the piece that cuts the little bear around his arms so that he can hold things. So I'm just using my knife to very carefully go around the black lines. At first I didn't cut quite enough so that he was holding the heart a little bit too close up to his face. So I do fix it up a little bit so that I'm happy with the position of the heart. Isn't he adorable holding that heart? To add just a little bit of texture to this big heart, because it is such a big plain piece, I decided to use some of the picked raspberry again, just keeping the colours the same, and I watered it down to give this bear a little bit of a shadow where he's sitting, just for a bit more dimension. And I'm also adding some white details to the heart to give it a look like it's kind of shiny. And then of course some more pink splatters, just to tie everything together. At this point I decided it was the right time to add my double-sided tape. Because there was going to be a bit of dimension on the front of this, I didn't want to squish it. So I got this step over and done with now. Once that was done, I then adhered it to my card base. And here I am getting my sentiment ready. So I decided to go with the sentiment, "You're Beary Sweet." So I cut the word sweet from some black and pink cardstock to match the front, and "Your Beary" were the words that I showed earlier. I love that I could find these in a matching font, and I used the smallest of the lawn fawn banners to cut it. Here I am just adding some kids' adhesive foam to the back of this heart to give it some dimension. I have plenty of offcuts and scraps of this, so I've been using it up on the backs of big pieces for my card fronts, and it's working great. So here I am lining that heart up and sticking it down where I want it to go. I then put some glue on the back of the pink sweet and layered it over the black. I love this effect. You'll notice that I do this a lot. I feel like it just makes it stand out a little bit more. If I were to add a pink sweet onto the pink hearts, it would probably get quite lost. I'm just putting that under something heavy so that it sticks together nicely. And now I'm sticking the little heart in the bear's arms. He is just the cutest. I'm adding some foam squares to the back of him to give him a bit of dimension too. On the back of the word sweet, I cut up some foam squares, super tiny, and added them onto the back. This card is pretty simple, so I feel like dimension is a really important part in making this one look good. So here I am, sticking my sentiment on my card front. Now that the word sweet is stuck down and I wouldn't risk smudging it, I'm adding some white details to that too. Time to stick the bear on, front and center. Such a cutie. I felt like the heart was a little bit bare, so I added just a couple of pink sequins. This is probably the only part of the card that I would have maybe left out, or maybe stuck some little hearts down instead. The pink suited the theme, but I feel like they were a bit big, and my placement wasn't that great. And here we have it. This card is complete. I really love it. It was really easy to make. I feel like it looks super cutesy for Valentine's Day. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and please don't forget to subscribe. I'll be back next week with some more Valentine's Day crafts. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!